Hey everyone, welcome to your Virgo full moon reading, and the Virgo full moon is going to be at its fullest on March 18th of 2022 at 1:17 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is the time zone I'm in, so you can adjust it for wherever you're at, but you of course will be feeling it a few days, a few after. If you're water signs and have a lot of water in your chart, you might feel like 2 years before, 2 years after. But it feels like that sometimes. So the full moon energy of the Virgo is bringing in very much the goddess of the harvest coming in. And I love these beautiful cards from these Yasmin Boland. And here's the beautiful Virgo full moon. And it says on here, take inspired action. So with this reading, we're going to be looking at what inspired action does the Creator and Spirit want you to know about? In what area of your life are we looking at inspiring some action during this, or around this Virgo full moon anyway? Also, there is this energy with Virgo of balancing between like dreaming big and being, practical. There's this balance between dreaming and being heavenly minded and being very earth, it's an earth element, so very grounded as well. So the divine masculine with its, spiritual power, and the divine feminine with very earthy goddess comforting as well. So there's this balancing that comes in. So I'll ask about balance as well for this reading. In this book that comes with these cards, she has this beautiful affirmation for the full moon in Virgo that says, I forgive myself for everything. I'm doing my best. And I love that energy for this because, as you are inspiring yourself for something or you're balancing things out, there's no super, user manual. I don't know if we would read it if we had it anyway, but you are doing the best moment by moment. You're always giving the best for that moment. So I love that. But we're going to jump in for a reading for each of the zodiac signs, and I'm going to jump in for your sign right now. All right, all my Pisces, this is your Virgo full moon reading, and we are going to start off by pulling a card here from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. And this is going to represent what the Creator wants you to know about what area of your life could have some inspired action in it. Okay, and they want that one right there. Easy breezy. They are like so excited. Yes. Full moon power. Look at that. And on a Virgo full moon. So that is perfect. That's card number 16. And let's talk about it here. Yeah, so definitely some action around your power. It says, step into your true power. Shine brightly. Do not hide who and what you are. The time is right to attract big things for yourself. Ancestral energy is important. Open your mind to larger possibilities. Big magic can be wrought. And the affirmation for this card, a little one, it says, I have power. It is real. And it says, go outside on a clear night and look up. Hopefully you'll see the stars a-twinkling. If you are really lucky, you might see the swirling Milky Way spilling across the darkness. And then there she is, the big full moon, unmistakable in her glory and power. Yeah, because March 18th, 1:17 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, you'll be able to look up and see that full moon at its fullest. The moon, she moves the earth itself, stabilizes it into orbit. She releases and pulls the seas. She is the object of devotion, the inspiration of poems, the realm of goddesses, and she has witnessed the very first of us rise up on two legs and venerate her. Generation after generation, we have stood barefoot under the same moon, wishing, setting intentions, dancing, and drawing her graceful power. You are made of the very swirling matter that is the stuff of stars. You are pure possibility, changing constantly, renewing and transforming. Take this moment to recognize that power and rejoice in it, for your next step is the precursor to your future self. And the companion stone is the moonstone, of course. So this is perfect and beautiful. Really, yeah, this is the inspired action is in recognizing how powerful you really are, that you're so much more and so much powerful than you have ever been taught to believe. And so really, this Virgo full moon is going to bring you extra energy around that. And, of course, you being Pisces, you being water signs, you understand the impact the moon has on you already. Usually water signs, you don't catch a break between the new moons and the full moons. Usually a lot of signs, depending how much water they have in their chart, will, feel the new moon for a few days and the full moon for a few days. Water signs usually are feel the new moon for, a week and a half, and as you're coming off the new moon, oh, here comes the full moon, and whoop, there goes the new moon. So you're always kind of just riding that energy wave of the moons, which is not, you're probably used to it by now, because it's what you've lived. We're also going to pull a card here from the Sirian Starseed Tarot. And this is going to represent what Spirit wants you to know around balance around this Virgo full moon. All right, so for our Pisces, what would you like them to know around balancing around this? Okay, there we go. Yep, and you have the Adept of the Chalice, which would be the Cups, which is the water, and the Adept in this is the Knight of Cups. This would be the Knight of Cups in the Standard Tarot. And you can see that emotional wave that's coming here, the movement of emotions. And I kind of had that feeling. I was actually going to say that it's probably going to be your balance of your emotions, which is what this is basically saying, because the Knight is the action of the quest. It wants to reach has the activity and the action toward that end. So with this, especially being Cups, they're like in search of the Holy Grail, the Ace of Cups, which is the unconditional love of the Creator of all things that we have access to, right? And so this balancing of the emotions comes from really connecting to your higher power, realizing who you really are, that you're so much more than the human side of you, that you are this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And so connecting to that allows you to dive deep into that deep ocean of emotion and be down there where you don't feel the storms that are on the surface, right? You don't have to worry about getting slammed by this giant wave because you're under the water, because you are the fishies. And we are going to pull from this Tarot of Dreams also. And this is going to be just what else they want you to know about inspired actions and balance around this Virgo full moon, and anything else they want you to know about this full moon. All right, so for our Pisces, what else would you like them to know about this Virgo full moon? Okay. Wow, okay. So they do want to talk to you, and of course, okay, so they said, let's put that one here. Nope, they said put that one over here. These three up here. So we will go through each of these. Let's get them spaced out here. And this one made itself known first, and that's where they want me to start. And you have the King of Cups. And here is the Chalice. The King of Cups is of course, the highest royalty in the suit, and that represents the highest love that you can experience, and that is the unconditional love. It's the Holy Grail. It's this, unconditional love of the Creator of all things. Sometimes they'll call that like the Christ love. It's the unconditional love of the other realm. So definitely there's this balance. They're affirming the message here that this is all about balancing these emotions, because the king also, all the kings, in addition to the suit that they have, which the cups are water, so even though he's the king of water, all the kings, all the 4 kings in the suits also carry air energy, and they are, that's that balance between heart and mind. So this balancing that they're coming in with here is like, yes, feel the feels, but also connect to the higher wisdom of the upper realms too. It's not just all about the emotional, flow of all those emotions. It also is connecting to the wisdom that comes with it. And they want me to go here next. Yeah. So speaking of wisdom, you have the tree of life. And this comes from the Kabbalah or Kabbalah, however you pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced both ways. This is the tree of life, and it's all about, here is where we start as higher beings. This is the pathway by which we come down here and have our human experience. This is all about the wisdom of the pathway back to our higher selves. So I love that this comes out here along with this power, though, because this is really realizing who you really are up here, that you're not this is a small piece of your experience, but you are so much more than that. And so along with this balancing of wisdom and emotion, it is this wonderful heart and mind adventure, this balancing that you have around this Virgo full moon. And then we'll, of course, go in here, and then want to start over here. Yep, so you have the 3 of Cups, more emotion. This is joy, this is celebration. This is also a special card that is, for me, meaning our spiritual posse on the other side, which is like your guardian angel and your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones who are already back on the other side, your ancestors, like this one talked about the ancestral, focus of this as well. Of course, the creator, spirit, and all those beings of unconditional love and light. That's them saying, you're not alone, we're here, we want you to connect with us. You can connect to us through your emotional place. That's your heart. That's where you can really connect to them, especially as you connect more and more to this love that's in this, chalice and inside this Holy Grail. When you purposely raise your vibration to that of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, that is the frequency at which they speak. They always hear you, but if you want to hear from them, this is their invitation, just to raise your vibration to that, focus on unconditional love, and you will get messages and communication from them like crazy, especially around a full moon, because whatever energy you focus on is what is magnified. So if you're focusing on fear, if you focus on unconditional love, so you can use that extra oomph of energy to boost your frequency to hear very clearly. Yep. And then you have the Ace of Swords. Swords is your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And the Ace of Swords allows you to connect to the capital T truths, the higher knowledge, the higher wisdom, which is perfect. It also gives you the ability to cut away the small T truths of the human world that no longer serve you. You have all these beliefs, all these popular opinions you took on as truth throughout your life. But as you connect to the capital T truths of the higher world, those rooted in unconditional love instead of in the fears, it helps you see things from a different perspective as well. So you have this power to cut away all those thoughts and those beliefs. They served you for a time because you did want to experience the humanness down here of, feeling limited and powerless and restricted and all those feelings of fear. Whereas up here, you don't feel any of those things. So experiencing the opposites of who you are, you more fully understand who you are by experiencing the opposite. It's like, speaking of like an ocean, you don't realize you're like breathing air all the time until you're 6 feet underwater looking up at air up there and you're going, I'm experiencing non-air down here, so now I more understand what air is because I experienced non-air, whereas if you're always walking on an air and never underneath the water, you never have that depth of information, that depth of knowledge and wisdom that you would have in experiencing those. But when you're ready, you have the sword to slice away those and go, okay, I've had enough of that. I'm going back to the surface. Love it. And then you have the Three of Coins. And the Three of Coins would be like the Three of Pentacles in the Standard Tarot. And this is all about your worth in your outside world, how you're expressing yourself. Because this card for me is about expressing yourself authentically with the world, especially with this power. It mentioned, don't hide yourself. You're more powerful than you have ever been, taught to believe about yourself. Because the Three of Pentacles, in one of my favorite decks, they have someone standing behind him and someone standing in front of him. And Spirit gave me the story of the people that were standing behind him were the dream busters, the backstabbers, the ones that were like, you'll never do anything good with that. Why even trying that? You're not going to be successful. That's not going to pay anything. Blah, 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 right? Well, we know what we do with those. We put them on the outside of our inner circle. But the person standing in front is the person that was supporting them, going, wow, I'm so proud of you for what you're doing, and I'm excited to see what happens, and you're going to be so successful at this, and da-da-da-da-da. And then they might add in, have you ever thought of doing it this way, though? And that person is more likely to pull us off our authentic path, how we are authentically and uniquely wanting to share our unconditional love with the world, because our little human side, this little human down here likes the praise and likes to be loved and likes to be accepted. It doesn't want that person to go over to the naysayer camp. We want to keep them, so we're more apt to adjust how we do things. We may not take everything they have to say, but we're like, well, I don't want to make them feel bad and have them not support me anymore. So this card is all about focusing in on you, on your inner worth, connected to all this knowledge and this power of who you truly are, and not look to that support and that influence from the outside. People are going to think what they're going to think. The fear of rejection keeps us restricted, right? But this is about being our authentic self and expressing yourself as you are, not as what you've been told to express yourself. Yeah. Here you go, perfect. And you've got the Six of Swords. So you have the swords over here, this Ace of Swords. The Six of Swords is this movement of thought and belief. So this definitely has something to do with this authenticity as you're cutting away these thoughts and these beliefs that no longer serve you with this Ace of Swords. You're moving into higher thoughts, higher beliefs about who you are and what you can bring and what benefit you can bring to the world with your beautiful, loving heart that houses this unconditional love that's in this chalice. You can bring that up through you and out to the world again in your own unique way. I love it. Then your final card is the Queen of Coins. And coins, again, are pentacles like this here. And she is like Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, a lot like the Empress card, in that she does focusing on her nurturing. And in doing that, she brings new birth. She brings new things into her life. She's very fruitful. She is overflowing. And of course, very grounding. She's an earth sign, so she brings this grounding that comes in. But all the queens, like where all the kings carry air, the queens, in addition to their suit, which she's Pentacles Earth, they also carry water. And so there's this beautiful emotion that comes in here too, but it's grounded, balanced emotion. So all these thoughts, as these thoughts that you have had in the past, as this knowledge comes in, this awareness of what is small t truths of the human ego and the human fears and the human world, and what are of the capital T truths of the higher world, allow you to understand more about who you really are. And in connecting to that power, it brings in this beautiful balance, because when you realize that you are made of the unconditional love of the creator of all things, and that you are this powerful, eternal, supernatural being. This human is just a little character that we're playing here. It's a small piece of our entire existence. What do you have to fear? Your fears subside, and your all these emotions balance out as you connect to the higher love that you are. So I love this moon for you. It's going to be pretty transformational for you if you so choose to connect to that beautiful power of who you are. So excited to see. Also, if you are wanting more messages of love from above outside of this, I do offer free monthly updates for each of the zodiac signs, weekly energy updates for each of the elements like fire signs, water signs, etc. These full moon, new moon. I have a little free series out that's called You ×2, which is about connecting to the higher you, which I'll have linked at the end here, and it's in the description box below too. But if you want to be notified of when any of those videos come out, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, that'll give you access to this notification bell. And when you go in there, you can choose the all option, and then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the love, because when you like a video, you share a video, you comment on a video, or you subscribe to a channel, it makes the YouTube algorithm so happy that it wants to share the videos of that channel with others as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I of course am grateful for that. Also, these are general readings. If you want even more specific readings for your life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is in the description box below. All right, all my Pisces, just know as you're going through this wonderful full moon and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing full moon, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. But until then, you take care and you hang in there.